What's up, guys? Been a while since I made a video, so I figured I'd hop on. Uh, just finished watching some football. And finally have our 2100 on the server now. Whew. For whatever reason, the vehicles, these lighter vehicles, a little bit more slippery. So I still need to do some adjustment of like the friction on the wheels and handling and stuff like that. And it's a little bit more touchy when you don't have a steering wheel. See, like this. I think it's because my four-wheel drive is off. So I have to go and configure the hitches so we have some decent ways to pull trailers. Oh. And then probably go back to I'm not logged in as admin, so I don't think I can configure this truck. We just had the single hitch. I was gonna go configure the gooseneck on the back of it, but that's fine. We don't really need it right now. Getting some high lag on the server. I've been messaging the Very Games, and I did like a ping test, and it just has a few random spikes, but apparently it's fine, but it definitely has more lag than usual. So that's Jake's attempt at cutting a tree. Fail. We were working on some tillage. We have quite a bit of logging stuff back here. We have the Ponzi back at the woods. Jake went ahead and harvested all of our beans. So that's all done. So I might as well do a little bit of disking. Haven't done that in a while. I did a little bit a couple days ago. I did a little bit of 5 and then a few 12. And then I did a little bit more modeling work. We don't quite have enough money to buy a 340. It's probably going to be our next tractor we get, is a 340 Magnum row crops. We can pull the disc with it, we can pull the ripper with it. It'd be nice if we could have one disking, the other guy is either rolling or planting. Right now we're down to just 2 tractors, and the 6R is, I mean, I guess we could pull the planter with the 6R, but it's usually down in the woods with the front loader on it. See if I can turn this around, line that up while I'm over here. I understand what that person's saying. I'll reset my track IR here. Get over a little bit more. It's actually pretty hard to run implements in CAD because you can't actually see very well like what you're doing. Even with this track IR, you can't really get back and look in your mirrors and stuff. You can do it a little bit better than planted all of our ground to beans, trying to take advantage since we plowed last season. And I'm not sure what the total yield is. I know we have probably like 120, 130,000 because the bins are full. We got a pile of beans on the ground, so. Should have been a fairly decent harvest. Considering getting a steering wheel. I'm gonna use GPS just because that means this line already. 2100 Ripper before this. You can see where these don't need to be plowed because we ripped them the season before. That's why we planted everything to soybean to get that 10% moisture yield, because beans yield very well. We get very good money for them. So we went all beans. We didn't plant any corn or anything else. I could turn this tractor around and get in that next adjacent strip, but it's just easier to kind of skip one because our disc is, you know, under 30 foot, and this thing doesn't turn the sharpest, this tractor, so we just kind of do alternating passes because the turning, it's more efficient that way. Yeah, it's John Deere disc. It's the 2623 I released. Well, it's originally from the 50-foot 2623 I released in 15, and then I took some wings off, removed some components, redid the hitch, main hitch part. So it's turned it into a 29-foot 3-inch disc. It's originally from the 50-foot. It's the same model with just some new modifications. It has the same UV mapping, so I didn't have to reuse any textures, which was nice. I figured we'd get some actual farming on footage for once. We've been doing a lot of lumber. I have a lot of fun running the dual joysticks. If you've been following my channel for any period of time, you'd know that I really haven't done forestry in 13 or 15 at all. So it's basically like 4 years of not doing forestry, so finally doing it, getting into it now, working on a few forestry mods as well, some larger trailers to haul the heavier equipment. That's all kind of gonna be coming out eventually, I'm sure in the next couple months. I'll be finishing those projects up. For now, I was just working on getting that Silverado in-game, modeled some hitches for it, modeled the actual proper fifth wheel hitch BW. I should have logged in as admin, then I could actually go configure that and you guys can see it. I missed some over here. It has a standard ball hitch, a low ball hitch, and toolbox. You can configure that, then you can configure with you know, all configuration of the gooseneck with the other two hitches. I still haven't figured out a way to configure. It's spec'd out with the 6.0 Vortec and a 6.6 liter Duramax, but I haven't been able to figure out how to make sounds change with motor configurations. I know you can actually change sounds with the hitches, because there's a line you could put the actual like attacher sound line inside your configurable joint attacher joints. So maybe I'll kind of mess around with it more and see if I can get sounds to change with the different engine configurations, because it's kind of silly to have a gas sounds when you have the diesel engine config. But I like how you can configure a lot of things and it's all functional. Like you can actually have your attacher joints and front loader, and it's not just that you're making a piece invisible. Like when it's non-configured, like if I don't have a front hitch configured, I can't like magically attach stuff to the invisible hitch like what you would have to do in 15 and 13, so it's pretty cool. That it works the way it does. I do have my live stream chat up if you guys have questions. Something's wrong with my... Let's see if this is working any better. Nice thing about this chopped straw is it actually adds a fertilization state. You can see the passes that we've done in the strips that we've missed. There's no fertilizer. So when we disc in this residue, it actually gives us a fertilization state, which is pretty cool. I'm not working on any maps right now. Just because one, I'm sick of maps, and two, I don't have time. I'd rather just work on vehicles, vehicle mods, and trailers. CWJ is actually, he kind of took over the map. That's kind of his specialty, his thing now, so whatever he comes up with, we'll probably end up using. So I really haven't looked too much in. I tried getting GE to work with my 16x map, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't work. The tip collisions don't work with 4x maps currently, so it's kind of a waste of time to even kind of mess around with maps right now until Giants either figures that out, or like updates a new script for it, or whatever, comes out with a new Giants editor. They gotta do something, because right now it's to work on anything other than a standard size map is a complete waste of time, because nothing works the way it should, whether it be actual viewing, actual tip collisions, and stuff like that. It's just gonna be a headache until they can figure it out. I plan on making a 3500 dual rear wheel version. I'm not a Ford guy or a Dodge guy, so I'm going to be sticking with Silverados. There's some nice like vehicle models out there. Some of them are outrageously high poly. But the thing is, most of them have complete junk for interiors, so I'm not gonna spend the time to model a vehicle interior. It's not really worth it for me for how little you actually use vehicles. The Silverado was actually the one vehicle I could justify spending money on. It was very nice. It was UV mapped. Had a very detailed interior and exterior. So us guys went in on it together and bought it, and I did the UV mapping and textures and scripting, and pretty happy with it. Issue with a lot of the models out there is, like, if you didn't want to buy the model itself, you know, because they're all like over $100 for a model, you can take stuff that's already out there and bring it back into Blender. But the thing is, a lot of those models they were originally bought with subdivision levels really high, you know, level 1 or 2 subdivision instead of no subdivision. So you take a $500,000 or 500,000 poly mod, and all of a sudden it's up to 1.1, 1.2 million, which honestly is, it doesn't really make a difference, but it'd be nice. You don't really see, if you were to do a subdivision 1 or 2 level, you don't see it in game. There's really no benefit to doubling your polys, number of vertices and triangles. I'm not publishing any mods in 17. I have given a few out to my those who are on my Patreon page, just as a way to say thank you. That helps me out. I don't actually put any money I earn into this. It's all, every dollar I reinvest in this game is either from YouTube or from that site, so I don't actually use any dollars I spent earning. Well, technically I guess I earned them because I put a lot of time and effort into this game to make the models that I do. But, you know, it's nice to like have a hobby that funds itself. I was thinking of getting a steering wheel. Issue with that is I don't really have. I like my workspace and my desk clean, and I don't want to be taking a steering wheel on and off all the time. That's really the reason why I haven't purchased a steering wheel yet. I'd love to have one. It'd be nice if this track IR was cordless. I haven't tried it without there's like this head sensor thing that you plug into it and it makes it more accurate. I'm not really sure. I used to just use a non. I should probably lower my disc here. I used to just use my webcam and it would track my face, my head, and that worked okay. It wasn't. It was pretty hypersensitive, I guess I would say. But this works fairly well. I'm just annoyed with the cords. It has your head's attached to a cord, and it just really bothers me. My actual headphones are wireless, so it kind of defeats the purpose of having a wireless headset if your track IR thing has a cord attached to it. Then I got those dual joysticks. They're not, super nice ones. They're like $34 each, but they work really well. I'm not really sure what's out there for anything that's nicer. I'd have to go to like Best Buy or like an actual game store to see and actually mess around with them if I was going to spend more money on a nicer joystick. Now, after this, we're going to have to roll some ground with our roller. One piece of equipment I've always kind of wanted to make, but really never got around to making it, is fast manufacturing pull type sprayer. Probably a 120-foot boom. You see some really cool videos with it, and then side dressers as well. It's always something I wanted to use, but never actually got around to modeling it. I modeled the Patriot, and I modeled my R series sprayer, but which are like twice the amount of work, and I never really wanted them. I wanted a pull type sprayer more, but I don't know. I get distracted too easy. Unless you're a huge farmer, most people don't have that, and it's so expensive to lease it in game that having a nice 120-foot pull type sprayer would be fun to have and to use. It'd be more affordable at least. We also expanded that field up to northeast. We bought that other field next to it. I think it was 13 or something like that. So now it's just one large field. It has 5, 9, and 13. It has those 3 fields. We joined them together. We cut down a few trees to make it a little bit smoother transition along the road. So our yield's going to be even higher now. I think that field was like 33,000 that we bought. Oh, we also bought a second CT660. It has, I think it has the 475 horse in it, I believe. The other one, our first one, we pumped the engine, we chipped it up. It has a 600 horse engine configuration in it, so that has quite a few ponies. You can tell the difference when you're pulling a heavy load up the hills. You can tell which one has the extra 150 horses under the hood. A lot of people in the chat are asking for shoutouts. I don't do shoutouts. Sorry. But thanks for watching. I'm a huge fan of this tractor. This tractor looks so cool. Anyways, we are done with our tillage. It goes pretty quick with the 30-foot disc, so. It's our small bean pile. Meridian auger. It's 72 foot, 18 inch, maybe 14 inch. I think it's an 18 inch diameter. 72 foot swing auger, courtesy of the Canadian. So there's our two CTs. We bought a logging. It's a 51 foot log trailer. Definitely bigger than what we needed for, but it was free. I think it was, the model was originally from either 13 or 15 that I fixed it up. Some manual UVs, textures on it, and put a different suspension on it. It's easier to load than the train, so that's the only reason why we have it. Because after you load so many train cars gets old. Especially when you're the only one on the server, sometimes it gets old quick. All of our equipment's dirty. Pretty sure I'm the only one that washes the equipment. Anyway, someone asking if we plow or anything, and use the 2100 Ripper. Works really well. 9 shank. It's 21 feet, or 23. I forget what it is. Is actually Julian's model that I went ahead and redid. Had it in 15, but decided to redo it. For 17. Works well, pulls hard. The 340 main will be a really good fit on this Ripper. This Optum is a little undersized for it. Alright, let's try to see if we can roll some ground here. We'll go up to our big field first. This is an 85-foot Mandaco. It's heavy as hell. We use it as a fertilizer sprayer, I guess, because it's free. I don't really understand the in-game roller, the function of it. The function is to like remove field terrain and stuff like that, which we don't really have a need for. Anyways, you can see what we did with this field. We kind of opened it up quite a bit, and see, this thing is pulling my tractor back. So it's one large field. We cut some trees down to make a nice smooth transition to the other fields we're working on. I believe I have my cruise control set to 12. You can go faster with it, but it gets kind of out of control if you're going too fast. Anyways, the speed is in kph, so I don't really know how that converts to miles per hour. You know, it says speed of 24. I wish they would change that when you change it from miles, you know, kilometers to miles and stuff like that. The digital displays don't change, but if you open this up, this will tell you what it is. So I believe Jake kind of made this extra lane here, cut it short. We didn't buy this field and join it. I guess we could, but be a little bit awkward of a field to plant and harvest, maybe. I don't know. Plus you got that kind of rock pile in the middle. I'm sure eventually we'll put it together, but for now this works fine. Our GPS now. You guys can see all the way back there. Huge roller, 85 feet. I forget the weight of it. I think it might be like 20. Yeah, I forget what the weight is. I think it's like 21,000 kilograms, maybe. I have to go back and see what I have the mass, or like what it says I'm actually, I'll look it up right now. It's the Mandaco 85. Because I'm curious how heavy this is again. forget what button it is to rotate. That wasn't it. What button you have to press to rotate? Is it Control 4, 5, 6? Minus? Is it divide? Divide. Nope. Oh, there's like a keypad button you can press that will flip your line on your GPS 90. So you don't have to keep opening up your HUD and stuff like that. So let's see what we can look for the Mandako. Mandako. I forgot where it says all the information on those rollers. Covering some serious ground with this thing. It's actually quite a bit smaller than my 120-foot planter. It's about the same size as a 36 row. Still 5 feet smaller than a 36 row corn planter. This would be a fun field to harvest if it was all corn. I actually don't even think we bought a corn header since I sold our 8 row. There's literally only been one great demand for corn since we played this game, and we're like on day 60 or something like that on the server. So in 60 days in game, there's only been one great demand for corn. So that's why we don't even plant corn. It's not even worth it. You know, we don't get that many great demands for soybean either, but the default price is so good that, and the yield is good that it pays just to farm soybean. Would do sunflowers, but the seed usage and seed price is outrageous. So we're still rolling all new ground for the first time. And then I think we'll be able to pick up our other strip down here on our way back. So this is all new field here. It's about 33,000 or so worth of land. Should be good for, I'd imagine, 20, 25, maybe 30,000 liters of beans. It's about, if not double that, because it's about twice the size of our field 12. And I think our field 12 gets about, I think it gets close to a combine full off of 12. This is probably 3 times the size of that, maybe 2.5. So I guess we'll see. We took out some of the larger trees, those 40 meters out here. Just kind of thinned them out. Could have got the other side of the road because there's only about 3 or 4 trees that were actually in the way from our field creation. But to justify hauling the Ponzi over here and the log trailer, I had to take out a couple more trees. So I took out probably 4 or 5 of the big ones. And it was about 8 or 9,000 in lumber. Which the default price would be about 32,000, 32 to 40,000, but I lowered the price by about 1/4. So You don't get rich cutting lumber these days. See how it kind of lags? Get some high pings. I messaged Very Games about that. I did like a ping test, and there's nothing wrong. They said there's nothing wrong with the machine that's hosting our game, but it's been lagging like this a couple weeks now, just randomly high ping spikes. When we first started, it was I wouldn't get a lag, a ping spike more than 45, 60. Now you're getting stuff that's like 160, 180. So definitely something is up. But I even showed on my ping how it kind of has some random spikes. I don't know what can be done to change it. I'm in the process of migrating over some servers, so maybe once they do that, it will fix the issue. Bring on my millisecond. There's 120, 140, 170. Just random spikes. I'm not sure if it's on their end or if it's farm sim or trying to get some screenshots of that so I can show them that there's definitely something up. Apparently the live stream went down. I just noticed it. when I saw the terrain flickering, I was gonna get a picture of that too. Sometimes the terrain, oh there it is, right there. Maybe we'll be able to see it on the way back. Sometimes, like, depending on how you view the camera, you can see like the grass peek out underneath the field terrain. And it depends on like your camera view. So it just does it in random spots. I think that's a Giants issue. Anyways, we have like 3 more passes and we'll be done rolling this large field. This would be kind of an average field back on Wind Chaser. You know, the 90, 100 acre fields that we always ran. So the terrain issue is right here, you can see it. Oh, I missed it. How did I miss that? I'm sure we'll be able to see it again. Get far enough away, it like acts funny. Let's speed things up here. Guessing the speed is miles per hour there. There you can start to see the terrain glitch. I know others have had that issue before. This is the in-game map, so. Our final pass in this field. Probably call it a day after this. Been streaming for an hour. Just did a little bit of tillage, a little bit of rolling. Need to finish up rolling and then plant. And we could probably go back to finishing up our forestry. Well, before I do, I might go configure that truck. We have a standard hitch. What we're gonna do is we're gonna configure this. We'll leave it at the Vortec. We will put we'll put a low hitch, a fifth wheel. We'll put toolbox on it. Customize it. And call it a day. So we added to this is we added the diamond plate toolbox. We put a low ball hitch on it, and we put in a companion fifth wheel hitch that I just finished modeling today. Has the ball pin. This is actually a pretty cool fifth wheel hitch that I really liked the design of it. So yeah, there's never any like proper fifth wheel hitches on these trucks, and baked on a Tractor Supply diamond plate toolbox. Really like the interior on this truck. It's really nice. Goes up to 6,000 plus RPM. Doesn't have the actual Vortec engine sound. It just has the in-game truck sound, which is fine, I guess, for now. I like the low hitch on this because everything seems to be hitched really high for like the high hitches on the tractors. So and this hooks up nice right in the hitch. It's going to be nice for pulling our floodlights around. We have two of these massive halogen lights. Actually, that's probably a little low. Should have made a ball hitch that was adjustable, like a mouse control adjustable. It pulls the Thunder Creek nice. It's nice and lined up for that. Just because the hitch on that Thunder Creek is low, it's on the lowest setting. Take our truck for a spin, top off our field, our Thunder Creek. Had the cruise control set to 60. I bumped that down to 55. The lights on this work with it, cabin lights. Really like the lighting package on this thing. High beam fog lights. And get a little squirrely. I think I need to increase the wheel friction. I was looking at the in-game truck. The in-game truck has a wheel friction of 3.5, which I thought was really high. But these vehicles are very light compared to everything else. You know, this is... Wow, that was massive click. This truck is only like 3.2 metric tons. Or something like that. It's like 6,000 some odd pounds. 68, close to 7,000 pounds. Which is really nothing, just because the physics in this game are so messed up that when you actually make things the proper weight, they don't actually handle that well, because everything in this game is kind of like scripted to be super sticky on the road, because for whatever reason the ground in this game is ice, so everything's friction is increased. When you look at a tractor and stuff like that, the friction scale on the wheels is like 1.5 or 2, so I think we're gonna have to bump the wheel friction up on this truck so it's not so slippery. Alright, and with that, I will call it a day, so thanks for watching.